be like so full and satisfied is it's like everything that I'm doing now is extra. It's just extra. Like I noticed when I was like, preparing food yesterday, and it was so delicious. And I just got into the delicious of it, like how delicious is this? And then having to know that through the day, just having to fill up your artillery or your planning or your things that you want to do it's just enjoyable. It's become enjoyable. I think also what helps is when you can like yourself in doing it. Yeah, that's a real bonus. Yeah, that's the bonus part. I wrote a lot of things yesterday down. A lot of things, Ooh. A lot of things down. Yeah. And yeah. One is this. I wrote down a lot of things because there was a lot of things coming to me, and I did share it and etc. But what happened yesterday, and also the end of the conversation that we had, where also Craig repeated on what could we say yes to, And I really liked that ending because it closed it with an open space to fill in what you would like to say yes to. And so this came to me, perhaps our true nature is that of creators who can bring forth new life out of any set of circumstances, creating and completely different from reacting or responding to the circumstances you are on. The process of creating is not generation and circumstances. It's which you find yourself like by the creation itself. Hey, Craig, morning. I was saying to Jessie.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I was saying to Jessie how nicely, when I say nicely, right, the end of how you recapped the session of saying what could we say yes to, and that really left an open space for me to fill. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It was explosive, Craig. It was just so explosive. And I took it. I took it for a good ride. So many things was happening and so many things I wrote down. And for me to write down things is spectacular. I mean, it just blows me away. It really does, because I'm not I wouldn't want to say I'm not anything. I'm not going to say that. But, to write things down, so it was really lovely because I also could really go into it. And guess what? I even read for 15 minutes. I read my book for 15 minutes, like I said I would. Even more so. I read for longer than 15 minutes. I actually read for 30 minutes, to be honest. Yeah. And isn't it great, hey? Because when you say, what could you say yes to, And so a lot of things came to me yesterday. So much. It was so much fun. Yeah.
By saying that, you just helped me realize that that's what I'm doing here every day.
Yeah.
With all of you is kind of looking for something that's really, really juicy that I can say yes to.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
And it happens every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's becoming like a habit. It's a habit.
Exactly. And it's never just one thing, but it's usually something that's quite life altering.
Yeah, it really is. It's to me, it's I said to Jesse, what came up to me this morning, and just memories. It's just memories that I'm creating now. You know, memories like, oh, it's so good, you know. Yeah,
Well,
memories.
that piece is profound too.
Yeah, really
because
is.
it's like, yeah. Because it's not like we're creating experiential memories that we're going to store in our mind that we'll refer back to, but it's like we're creating memories of where we want our life to go.
Thank you very much. I knew you're going to come up with that. Well, I didn't know what you're going to come up with, but I knew it was going to come. That's what I love.
Yeah, it's a whole different kind of memory.
It's a different kind of memory. And then, you know, when you take a picture of, you know, when you look at a memory of when you were a little girl or a little boy, and then you look at your picture now as an adult, yeah, it's the same as taking a picture and then knowing that that's what it was. And then you can look back at that. You follow and experience it as it's experiencing itself again and again and again and again, because you're making new memories. You're making new, you know, everything. Yeah.
Creating memories.
Creating. Yeah.
From scratch.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's not something you're referring back to. It's
right.
something you're referring to creating.
Oh, it's a whole new dynamic. It's a whole new, hey? Yeah, that's it. Just what you just said now. Yeah. It's all like everything's from scratch now. It's from new. It's like very exciting, hey? Yeah. It's just new.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, and that's a dynamic that's created.
That's the dynamic. That's what I like.
It's an interactive ball of energy that that
dynamic
kind of has a life of its own.
That's right.
You've given it life by creating it.
Dynamic, yeah. That's the yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, you breathe life into it.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh wow, that gave me a whole bunch of stuff about future memory. Breathing life into future memory. Oh my.
Yeah.
My.
Nuance. Wire together, fire together, boom, boom, all new. Connecting all the dots. Yeah. It's beautiful here. It's really, we'll look back at this and we'll go, wow. Yeah. Wow. We're on something. We were on gold. But we were still like, digging, you know the digging part, the learning and the searching and the researching and all that. I love it. But all this time we were on gold. Yeah.
Yeah, there's two things that are happening at the same time. We're rediscovering stuff that exists already.
Yes, sir.
In the 3D, but we're not aware of it. So that's kind of a discovery thing. But at the same time, we're creating stuff that doesn't exist here yet.
That's it. There's it. Yeah, there's it.
And bringing it into existence and breathing life into it.
That's it.
Yeah, we discussed that we didn't really discuss it. We didn't really explore it, but we mentioned it a few days ago. When we were talking about expansion.
Wow.
Wow,
hey?
Yeah, I love it when these conceptual things keep blooming and blossoming and keep giving us more.
Isn't it? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bring it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like you said too, it'll come to me, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mm. Mm.
And we're getting better at listening. Yeah, it does.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah, as you trust it comes to you, you listen more attentively.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, even like early this morning, I got a little distracted, and I observed that. I knew that. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's a really like quite interesting to acknowledge that, and so I said it out loud. Okay, cool. Got distracted. Right. Okay, and so it's like, okay, so there's nothing that that I, that I have to do than just refocus in a way of, being here now, and so that gives me a sense of, yeah.
So did you notice that in that distraction there was something valuable for you?
Well, at the time, in that time, was it valuable? I was very constructive with that, believe it or not, because it was something I could express it. You know what I mean? But in the same time, I knew that there's certain things that, my morning structure is like, yeah, like, yeah, it's like what I've come to understand now is how I want to serve. Yeah, how I want to show up. If that makes, yeah. So that's where there's certain things I feel I need to do, not because of doing, but to prepare myself. It's so I wake up and I do my morning routine, right?
Yep.
But I didn't go for my cold shower this morning. So and so that got a little off balance. But then what when I say off balance, meaning I had to say to myself, how do I want to still show up, even if I don't follow through with my routine? Yeah, how would I want to show up?
It sounds pretty valuable.
It is, right? I don't know. Yeah, you tell me, because I'm just saying what I'm saying. I really,
yeah.
So what happened with that was made me, No, that doesn't matter how and what it is, but just to know that you can be, and also looking forward to it,
Yeah,
like
because
really,
a distraction just nudges your attention around, right?
Yeah, right.
It just moves your attention around, and if you can be aware of that, you go, okay, so I wonder why, or I wonder what that was about.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because you mentioned a few things. You said imbalance. You recognized an imbalance. And you go, oh, wow, that's a gift. A way of knowing that my balance is a little bit off.
Whoa, that's right.
That's valuable.
That's very, wow. Good insight.
So insight. I can, so it was like, because it.
That's very good insight.
The thing is, like, I've been hard on myself with respect to distractions too. But something, A lot of
Mhm.
times it's my superconscious helping me to take a look at that and to be and to be intentional with my focus.
Beautiful, eh? Is it?
Okay. So any kind of
Wow.
signal that I'm getting that tells me that my focus is off is valuable.
Wow. Come now. Come now. Wow, wow, wow. Very valuable there. Wow, I see the valuable in there. Wow. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, and I'm coming to realize that
that's powerful.
There's valuable in everything. In everything
Yeah,
that I'm experiencing.
yeah.
Absolutely everything. You know, that's yes and living to me.
Yeah.
Is okay. Yep, that's valuable.
It teaches you.
It
Everything's
showed up.
teaching you.
Yep, it showed up.
Yeah.
So it must be valuable.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, it's showing up, so it must be valuable. Wow. Yes.
You know, and that includes a lot of experiences that could be that my default would label as I don't want to be experiencing this. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because those have come up pretty often too.
And what do you do when they do come up?
I'm learning to just stop and look at it.
Yeah. That's it.
You know,
Yeah.
Like not.
Yeah.
Like just look at it.
Yeah.
I
immediately.
What is it?
Yeah.
What could it mean? What could it mean?
Yeah, that's it.
Underneath the perceived pain of it, what could it mean?
Wow, isn't that?
Because
so a general observation is that something's off.
And what was your tendency before when knowing something or sensing something was off that you weren't paying attention to it?
My tendency was to freeze and withdraw from it.
Wow.
What are some other things that people do?
Oh.
Fight it.
Yeah.
Run away from it. Avoid it.
Yeah.
Hide. Stuff it down in a way. Forget about it.
Pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because trying to forget about it is counterproductive because it stays in your awareness because you're trying to forget about it.
And it's like if you fight it, does it really resolve?
Nope.
If you avoid it, does it really resolve?
No.
Nope.
If you run away from it, does it really resolve?
Nope.
So what is the only way to resolve it?
Confront it.
Stop and look at it.
Yeah, acknowledge it.
Okay, so and the other part of that is, okay, there's something valuable here. There's something valuable in this for me. This experience is a gift to me. What could that be? What could that gift be? What could that value be?
Yeah. So you're honoring the something, honoring this thing that popped up, honoring it.
Yes.
And examining it, like observing it. It's like this one thing that really, I mean, it came from nowhere, but also came from everywhere.
Yeah.
And so it's like an amazement, a curiosity to this something, this thing. This one thing. And so often we'll question, like, oh, why this, or challenge it, or fight it, or avoid it. But we're learning to honor it.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Nikki. Can you hear me?
You're muted, Nikki.
Did you hear her, Greg?
Yeah, I did. I heard her.
And thanks, me too.
Yeah, I'm on now.
Yeah. Good.
Awesome.
And it's when I say, like, when I notice the something from nowhere, it's like the come out of the blue. Just like, like ahas, we can relate to ahas. It's like, oh, ahas came out of nowhere. Usually we weren't focused on it. We weren't working it. We weren't examining it. But it did come from everywhere, from everything, all from the past, all that is. And it's to honor that whatever we get,
It's what I've come to realize since I've been looking at these things that way, is that really it's my superconscious interact. My soul speaking.
Say that again for us.
Yeah, it's my superconscious interacting with me, inserting itself into my 3D experience.
Into your focus.
Yeah.
And you've
my attention.
And you've conditioned your awareness to listen for this something, so that when it shows up, you can recognize it and be like, oh, okay, what am I paying attention to, rather than paging it up or running from it or being afraid of it or fighting it, pushing it away. You're actually looking at it. So it's like, how else would life change? This is a huge paradox, right? It's like we want change, but we don't want change, right?
Right.
That self-conscious, unconscious battle. powerful. And I call that awareness. Like we're quieting that wrestling, that fighting, that back and forth, that constant chatter, mental chatter, and honoring the something that pops in. Because if we're not doing that, if we're not honoring the thing that pops in, we are just running on the hamster wheel of the same concerns, worries, fears, threats, fights. And then we just create that.
Yeah, we create in reactivity.
Mm-hmm. And it's like in reaction to what? We're creating in reaction to what?
Whatever shows up.
Mm-hmm. Which is usually the past, right? The experience, the fear, the fight. And so we just continue to recreate that situation, which keeps life stuck, keeps life oscillating, seem like one step forward, two steps back.
Yeah, and that can be a fear or a belief or a pattern.
Yeah. We'll label it all sorts of things. It's a default behavioral pattern. And it's like that's what saying yes to it allows us to step through it, step into it. That's the only way to see what's on the other side.
Yeah, trusting it.
Yeah, trusting that something.
Yeah, yes. Mm. Mm.
And why not trust your genius informing you of something?
Yes.
Why wouldn't we trust that?
Yes, that's it. Because we're afraid. We are afraid of success, to be honest with that, because that comes with a lot of judgment, isolation, feeling alone, because, people want to compare that. They want to compete with that. And you don't want that. You want them to join you. But not everybody does. And I think that's the part where, it's what you hold back on. You do hold back on. But this is about believing in that, that it's okay.
It is. It's stepping into the uncertainty, into the unknown.
Yeah.
Into the I don't know. That's the fear of yes. It's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Correct. That's it. Yeah.
It's not just that. It's like distraction.
Can hear you.
Is something wrong somehow? So there's a need to fight it or avoid it. When really what we're learning to do is to actually work with it, to
The essence of it, yeah.
become an ally with it. Realize that it's not there as a harm, but it's
enemy.
there as a it's kind of like those rumble strips on the sides of the road. When you hit them, it wakes you up. You're not going to go into the ditch because you hit those rumble strips. That's more like what I'm hearing. It keeps the car up. They're not there to hurt you. They're there to keep you on the road. So it's a matter of reinterpreting the warning that they're there, that distraction is there to provide for you.
Mm-hmm. It's honoring our greatness.
Oh, there's it. There's it. Yeah, and not, yeah, that's it. There's it.
And not
what comes
hiding
up,
from it, not avoiding it, not fighting it.
Yes.
Embracing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, your uniqueness. Yes. Because unconsciously we've gone through so many others, voices of what we perceived and what we took in. Like if people really get to know you, they won't like you, for example. I'm just bringing that up, what's coming up. I don't know if that's in alignment, but this is what's come up for me. Or if you have achieved, then you do get praise, but then also in the same time, don't make too much of a fuss of that. You see? Because that's you are shining to you putting attention on you. Not that you want it, it's not that it's almost like it was a confusion. Like what do I do now? How do I get to celebrate this? Because if I do celebrate this, then others are going to get uncomfortable, because that's what we were in an environment to make sure that everybody, is at peace with this. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're coming way back to the beginning of what we were learning to belong to our families.
Oh yeah.
This is the unconscious training we have.
Yes.
That is causing the fight between our greatness, to open up to our greatness, our gifts, our genius.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I throw in an in your face example of this phenomena?
Please do, yes.
Yeah, you guys know, and I've talked about this a lot. I'm on explorations into divine timing, and consciously syncing myself up with timing that's correct for. I hear these messages about procrastination being a problem. And I've come to honor myself for procrastinating, because I've come to see that procrastination thing as my superconscious telling me that it's not time for that right now. So my whole relationship with procrastination has changed. I recognize it as a gift.
But you're also trusting yourself, Greg.
Well, that too.
You committed. You committed, and when you committed, you are actually putting out things that you actually are applying, and that's the build of trusting. And the more you do that, the more you just become what you're choosing to be in that moment.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very powerful.
And that's opened up a lot of space. It's taken a lot of pressure off. And one of the things that's developed, you're exactly right, Nikki, is trusting in my own inner authority, my own inner guidance, my own inner timing, sense of timing. So the big takeaway for me from that is that these are not problems to be solved. They're phenomena to recognize as a gift, as a super conscious gift. Super conscious is gifts to me.
Now, I think this is, rumble strips.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I'll also have to point out here is, are you going the same direction that you were?
Yes, generally.
Okay, good. So let me work this with you, because as people listen to you say procrastination in this concept without experiencing it for themselves is going to make up some other story.
Right.
So
let's unpack it.
Yeah, right. I like to see that. And so the procrastination, like to recognize and to allow the procrastination, was something you were avoiding previously.
Correct.
There was some unconscious story in the background that said, oh, I can't allow that. I have to force through it. I have to push through this procrastination. I have to do, produce, yield outcomes, go for, pressure, force, fight. And in that way was like to push the timing of things. Now, what you were going for when you were pushing that timing and what you're going for now is completely different.
Yes. Ooh, that's a deep realization too, that one.
So we say, oh, we label it procrastination, but we're going for something completely different. And it may not be like so completely different, but oh, it really is. It's shifted differently because we're viewing it from a different angle.
Yeah, and it's something that can't be forced.
When we realize it, when we come to that awareness that what we're really wanting can't be forced. People like not having that awareness can't grasp that to the depth in which they need to.
Yeah, so what I really want, what my heart really wants, is not something to be achieved.
And so as you say that, I don't understand like you do the meaning of that.
Right.
Because I can only use my background, my experience to say, oh, what is that? And so in that, then I'm putting filters on and around what you've said into to fit it into my perception.
Right.
But I think what Craig is also saying that comes up for me is that the achievement, it was worth his worth. He based everything on what he felt he's worth. So if he didn't achieve, he didn't feel worthy, and if he achieved, then he felt worthy. So the worth is now coming into a place where he doesn't need to achieve to know his worth. Because he now knows that he is a creator and he's whole, and he's just going for what he loves.
Yeah.
Organically, no matter how it shows up.
That's right.
And,
Now
that's it.
Yes. That may be Craig's wounding that he was putting at the top of his list to overcome, or it could be yours from which you're speaking from, because that was speaking through your perspective. Now, it doesn't matter. Exactly. And
wow, Jesse, that is so powerful, because that is exactly what we do every single day. We're only speaking from our own experiences and through our own perception and through our own lenses. And that is what it is. And that is just what it is. Isn't that just profound? And to acknowledge that and to witness it now, just like you said, and I could feel it, it resonated right through my body, that I go, bang, that's it. Wow. 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 Thank you.
See, and what I just shared was spoken from the point of view of someone who was addicted to achievement to the point where it nearly killed him.
Yeah. A high achiever. That what really, honestly, that's yeah.
So
wow.
this is a filter that was adjusted from a point of view of being almost dead.
Are there other people out there that are experiencing or in the same position you were in? How would they recognize it, and what would you say to them? And let's like clear on your headphones. So if you want to find a spot to stop, then yeah.
Well, for me, that was a complete body shutdown.
Yeah, Craig, do you want to put your video on and speak into it?
It's really windy there, so I have a hard time hearing you. What did you say again?
I asked if you wanted to put your video on and speak into it. So people can see you, they can hear you, and they can feel you. Says my point here is like, this is, I don't know why, but it's like calling to serve those that are where you were, to help them where you are, where you want them to be.
Okay.
Now, what we'll notice is like notice what's coming up. That's automatically resistance. There's no like, oh, we're getting it right. The old pattern, right? The old pattern will play itself.
Yeah, because I don't. I'm thinking that I can't explain this in a way that's going to do it justice. So that's an interesting.
Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Go into innocence. Trust yourself. Just trust it. No matter how it comes, but trust yourself. Innocence.
Okay, I'm going to go to a place where I'll be out of the wind so I can do this.
That would be great.
I just got a few steps to make.
Yeah, we'll prepare to get there, right? It's like we're acknowledging the resistance that's there. And it's in serving. Yeah. Nothing more, just serving. This is what people want to hear, I think. Let me spotlight you.
Okay.
And I'm going to mute.
Okay, what I'm going to say is that I was carrying an addiction to achievement that basically took me into a near-death experience. And my whole body shut down. Wow, I'm feeling this too as I'm saying it in my body. But I had all over body pain from my toes to my head that wouldn't go away. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Basically, the only thing that was still happening was breathing and heart beating. And I tried everything to avoid that. Like it was an extreme. Well, let's put it this way: the experience drew all my attention to it, and very quickly it became a pit that I couldn't crawl out of. And I looked for help. I looked for relief. Yeah, that's true too. I got really angry at God. And I said something along these lines. Why are you punishing me? What are you punishing me for? What could I have done to deserve this experience? Doing a little re-experiencing here in my body. The whole right side of my body is reacting right now. So what are you punishing me for? What could that be? So right now in this moment, I'm taking a closer look at that whole scenario, which is a gift. And the gift is come to a complete stop. Again, re-experiencing that, come to a complete stop. Re-experiencing that message. Yeah. And I'm realizing that at that time, I ended up in the ditch completely. And wow, I gotta look for a place to sit down because I can't stand up anymore. So I found a rock here to sit on. So I'm gonna do that. So part of this exercise for me is finding the gift in it, being reminded of what the gift is, what the value is. And so the value back then was a glimpse into my true nature. A glimpse into the truth of my soul. That just started coming into my awareness in that initial burned out experience. So in today, it's the memory of that, and it's the memory of so much increased in awareness as to who I am, who my soul is, and what my soul is, and what I'm actually doing and called to be doing right now. In this life experience, in this whole life experience. And so what I'm sharing with all of you is that is the realization of what I was sent here to do and be and experience and find the value in. And I'm going to bring this to an end right now because my phone just told me it's running out of juice. So I'll take that. I'll take that as a signal, and I'll let you guys unpack it for a few minutes. What I just said. Okay, thank you, Jesse, for this opportunity.
Yeah, turn that camera off. That'll save some battery.
Incidentally, I'm observing that my that pain in the right side of my body just now has all dissipated just now. So it's like I can walk again. And that's a gift too.
So what I heard is a lifetime of focusing on pushing, forcing, achieving, succeeding in conflict with your true nature, your true being, your true self, but like you expressing yourself in conflict with what the world, society, how the structure is of how Craig needed to be in the world. The conflict between those two caused your body to shut down, to come to a complete stop. And then you had a choice. You could either wallow, live in that void, or choose your way out of it. Choose to break the old cycle and step in to the unknown, the truth of who you are, your true nature, your true calling to express yourself. Two different roads, two different outcomes, and a journey to the destination.
Yeah, a turnaround.
Turn around. So what did you turn around? Like, so if I'm thinking of a turnaround, that meant there was a primary focus was at the top and you replaced it with something different. Primary, and not are they always obvious. Our primary choice, our primary drive, our primary ambition, what do we really want in the world or to be in the world, isn't obvious until we see it. What I heard similar to yours as mine is like the achievement, the outcome, money, success, like ultimately coming down into the roots of that is worthy, appreciated, belonging. And so it's like when we see that, we see like, oh, the roots of it, we see what we were putting at the top as our real focus. Then you can say, it's like, oh, what did I replace that with? What did I replace at the top?
What came to me was direction. Change direction.
And that was to change a direction, you have to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. All the momentum going that other way has to run out.
Mm-hmm. And moving in that direction to change the momentum to begin the new direction. And what it sounds like for me is that rather than pleasing everyone, which was the old direction, your new direction is to please yourself, like from yours to express yourself.
Yeah, expressing my heart and my true nature.
Which ultimately will give you the worthiness that you wanted in the old pattern, the old structure.
Yeah.
You were just convinced that you couldn't get it that way because the world sells us fear and consumption. And we buy the hell out of it. Unaware of it, just ingrained in our patterns.
Yeah, and it didn't matter. In that structure, it didn't matter what I had done, what I had achieved, no matter how mind-blowing it was.
Or who you worked with,
ever,
or who you
I
worked with,
or anything.
you know, who helped you. It was like, because it was always looking out there for someone to help fix because you were broken, blah blah blah, right? All of that, like someone out there.
Well, not
And
just
no,
that. It was about looking for recognition, and the recognition never came.
Validation from the outside.
Yeah, that could be that too.
now those become trademarks of a prover, which is a layer deeper inside of that worthiness and that worthy.
Yeah.
It is a, for those of us that are in that worthy prover, it is a life of emptiness.
Yeah.
It is an unresolvable pattern, an unresolvable loop. Yes, we gain some, but even when we gain it, it's not enough.
Yeah, you gain, but it's empty.
And it comes to the point of what's the point of continuing? It's like it's just over. It's so much work, and we never are able to arrive where we want because we're not clear. We're focusing on the wrong thing. Usually, we're focusing on that material thing when it's really the feeling, the emotion that we want. That's the different structure.
Yes.
For me, is when I have all my money, then I can be happy.
Yeah. So you set up that condition for yourself.
Yeah. And then you get disappointed because it doesn't make you happy. It maybe help, but it doesn't make you happy.
That's right. And it's like, oh, what the hell? And so then you give it away, lose it, right? And then it's like, okay, go for it again. Oh, God.
It's a rat race.
Mm-hmm.
Literally a rat race.
Yeah.
Just chasing for that feeling that you're speaking about, that feeling.
Because we're conditioned, we're told in society to put feelings, to push them down, to not let them come up.
That's it. Yeah.
So we don't ever think it's like, oh, it's just the feeling that we want. And that is the key. That is the secret, as we've learned here.
And that's the unconscious pattern. When you get told, don't feel that, just achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't feel that, just achieve. And then you achieve it, and then you go, okay, well, now that I've achieved it, now what? It's like, what? Oh,
It's empty.
Yeah. It's the
not.
The investment that never pays off.
Yeah.
Yep,
Unresolvable.
You keep throwing at it. Right? Keep investing in it.
and that leads to frustration, disappointment, and anger.
Yeah, and nowhere.
Which is not what you wanted it for.
No.
And so that's when I talk about what did you remove as your primary driver? Mine was money, right? It's like I replaced money with happiness, with joy, with love. It's like, because then it's like, oh, that gives me something that is what I can have now, no matter what. That's what I can control. And that's changing a lot of momentum.
Yeah, my driver wasn't, it wasn't money. It was more like self-worth.
That's right. Uniquely, we all have our own conditioning. Fundamentally, we can see like it boils down to 6 of them. It's like one is I'm not worthy. That's the unconditioned pattern that we learned at a young age. And it's a big one for most people. And we're so afraid to even confront it. Because if we're not worthy, then we won't belong. Oh, there's another one. Ooh, not belonging. And if we don't belong, then we're not good enough. Oh, so then we're constantly trying to fix ourselves, looking for people, things, materials out there to make us good enough. And aren't there plenty of people out there that are willing to help us?
Oh yeah.
All in their best intentions, of course, best intentions. And they'll take our money and say, well, you're just not doing the work. That's right.
Isn't that interesting?
You're giving them this, you're saying, you fix me. You give me the solution. I'm broken. It's like, no, you have the answer. You just need to learn how to look for it, how to structure it.
Yeah.
How to just slightly change when you ask the question, when I achieve, get, have blank, then I'll be what? What emotion? I'll be loved. I'll be joy. I'll be full of passion. Power. Fill in your blank and then put that blank at the top and say, oh, that's now what I'm going for. That's now what I'm choosing. And that feeling then shows up what you want to express. That is creation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's right. Oh, so good. So good. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and while all that's happening internally, there's this preponderance of dark energy on the planet that's reinforcing that direction that I was going. And I just can't go that way anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Success is waking up every morning and liking myself. Yep.
Yeah, and for me, success was part of that old structure.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, it's not. Yeah, for me, it's time to take that energy out of my path, the energy of what success means.
That's right.
Take that
That's
energy
right.
out of my path.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's a rock in the road. It's not a,
because
it's not part of the pavement. It's something to have to, it's an obstacle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And that obstacle is just some story we've made up in ourselves that we are about that word success.
That's right. That's
right.
it. Yeah, yes.
And it's a trigger that everybody's marketing to.
Yeah, because you got to define what is success here.
Well, it's a pain point, right?
Yeah, but define success is that when you talk about money, a lot of people think when you have a lot of money, that's success. No, that actually is not success.
It's just security.
Yeah, but it is to them.
But they're unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Empty. Why? Because of that pattern. Thinking that money, that thing, that material thing out there that I'm going for, I'm going for it. When I have it, then I'll be blank. Fill in your emotion. It's always a feeling. It's always an emotion. Which is the only way you get that is by choosing it yourself. Our orientation is just off. And it leads to all sorts of dis-ease, disease, breakdowns, body functions because of the stress, the fear, right? The dark energy, Craig, you spoke about, so that greed can continue to control. And it's silly because it's all our choice. Now, is it our choice and we're unaware?
Oh, this whole meaning of what I want to create now is a whole new. That to me, what I want to create now is it's a whole new.
How about structure?
I've taken it completely out of context now with blanks. It's a blank slate for me.
That's a good place to start from.
And we can do that. That is what we can do. Now, that doesn't mean that we lose our history. Not at all. It just means that we reshape it, reframe it, look at it a different way, open it up. Which changes everything. So Craig, from being in that pit, from that moment, let's look at the structure between when you were at the bottom of that pit to where you are now. What changed?
That interrupted a life pattern. It eventually brought me to a choice point. My perspective began to change. I started examining things that were going on. So that's like beliefs. Like, remember I said when I was sharing the experience about asking the question, what could I have ever done to deserve this? To deserve this experience. And so I actually sat with that question for a long time. And that reminds me too, while I was in that pit, there was very many days where I wished that I could die, but I couldn't. So when I say that was another near-death experience, I'm not kidding. So I took a really close look at, I examined the whole death experience as well as part of that. And it wasn't that I took death seriously, but I took the exploration of death seriously.
Our biggest fear. And so you stepped through and into that fear to explore it.
Yeah, and actually ended up exploring a deeper fear, and that is I was afraid that I would cease to exist altogether. And last year in 2022, about a year ago now, I actually completed that cycle.
You mean it just wasn't instantaneous?
No, no, no. It took about 15 years for me. To complete that cycle. And what I'm talking about here is actually completing the cycle of a death experience that I had when I was 2 years old. And what's very interesting is I know now the actual date that happened. And this burnout experience came to light 46 years to the day from that near-death experience at 2 years old. So it's really fascinating, actually, how it's been like clockwork. And the people that research, have researched childhood NDEs say that that's very typical, actually, is that you know, when you go through that and you're very young, when you're kind of pre-verbal, you go through that, and what happens is you bury it for a lot of years, and then later on in your life you end up processing the whole experience. So when I talk about the last 15 years, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about processing that whole death experience as an adult. And that's, yeah. So the last 15 years of my life have been kind of textbook too. The researchers have nailed a lot of that stuff down, and it's, yeah. And my experience of processing that are pretty typical. The only thing that's up in the air is the amount of time it takes. But it usually takes 10 to 20 years to process it. But here's the thing about it: the gifts in it are undescribable. And I would say that the gifts in it are worth every ounce of pain.
Yes. Rebirth.
Yeah. It's a rebirth. It's a whole new direction. It's a
and the outcome is going to be also.
Yeah, and it's a reconnection. It's a reconnection to my true nature.
Oh,
it's
yes.
It's an operating through the connection to the other side of death.
Amen. That's
which
it.
is where, I realize now that part of me exists on the other side. Like part of my soul exists on the other side, and it's like there's this silver strand that connects to my soul on this side, and my soul on this side is occupying a body right now, and there's that continuous connection.
But if you don't mind me saying, when you say the soul, because you had a death experience and it's relived right a few minutes ago, and that is why you could release and sit down and let it release. So I just to get awareness of what's happening here, because it's very important. And then having to have that experience at 2 years old and having to know that you almost wanted to die, that is absolutely quite a life-changing right there, because it's never the same after that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But when I say we're experiencing what you have had experience about the soul being almost like you say on the other side, this is where you have always confused yourself with your own procrastination of going back and forth, because you've known that side and it's been very, very real. And you've also known this side. But now it's your choice. I feel this is the choosing part, where now you are just embracing it because you know both sides. But now, because you're living in the body as a Phoebe, as somebody that is going to be used in a very mighty way, you have to have that awareness of what is the dark and the light, but also what's on the other side, even with everything that we have said, how we want to feel, right?
Yeah.
And that work that you had to literally work for, most people, it's not just you, it's most people, because we really are doing it all together in every different ways, but we're all doing it together. And that's where it's become a rebirth now for you. It's like you've always had it because you've had the death experience. So now it's the living part that you're going to enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's what you're enjoying now. And that's how you become the witness, that people can witness that. And no a better example for Jesse to put you on camera today.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Just that alone of awareness, truly in its nature, powerful nature, to bring it across in a way that people can see it. They can see the death and they can see the life. Yeah. Death or life, baby. That's it. Yeah. And they get to experience it through your words, because I experienced it through your words.
Yeah.
And when you let people experience it through your words, they can then relate to their words, and then their words become life because of you. Because you're demonstrating life after death. How more, if not powerful, is that?
Yeah.
So for me today, what will come out, I will not only be celebrating the words, but I'm celebrating you.
Yeah, I have a very intimate knowledge, an intimate experiential knowledge with death because I've been dancing with it.
Yeah.
For decades and decades and decades. And because of that, I really know in my muscles and in my experience what death is, which means that I really know what life is. And so the rest of my life is going to be about experiencing life in its fullness.
Oh. And you remember when you said that only that you could feel your breath and your heartbeat were keeping you going?
Yeah.
I am breathing that now. I'm literally breathing that. I'm breathing it in as you spoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? You know what gave that breath of this moment? I could have it in my heart. And there was no words. It was just feeling that feeling. People are going to feel. They want to feel. And when you come on with resistance and all, looking fine and sharp and handsome, let me tell you, everybody. Yeah. So, with your peak and your beard and all that jazz, you couldn't have given a gift because you are the gift. And this is where we come back to our creator of choosing the life, but not only that, to have the opportunity to be human with each other. And then we get to really laugh about what is, you know. And to me, it's going to be, and it is already, because the laughter is here, baby. I'm telling you, the laughter is here, right here. This is laughter. This is joy. Right now, we are experiencing. And that energy, I personally believe, it's not our expertise, it's not our knowledge, it's not what we know, it's not what we even would experience. We're just allowing. We're giving ourselves a chance. We're backing each other up that what we wanted as a child or in a teenager or we didn't get. And that is the truth. We just wanted the support. Yeah? Not what we achieved. Just say, well done. Yeah? I'm just saying with that support, those words of encouragement, when you fail and you messed up and you go, it's okay, tomorrow's another day, we try again. All of that is falls away because what we're doing here with each other right now, what I have witnessed through your demonstration is that I can now know that the joy is where I place myself because now I know who I am with, yeah? And that to me is all the support I need here. Eh? Wow. Now how's that profoundly? This is all what we need is to know that. Yeah, to know that you are supported. Because it's just what we are, what we're doing here. You know, isn't that just beautiful? I think this is who we are. This is who you are. This is who you are. Lovely, isn't it? And I get to be in this experience and think, wow, what an honor, eh? What a privilege. What a blessing. Just amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Relive my childhood through you, my dear. Not because I'm reliving, because what you said, it's almost like I'm reliving it again, you know? And I love the fact that you can relive something, but what it was, because now you have to know how you want to feel. And you just know that it was what it was with the exercise that we had to exercise. It's nothing more that you could have done or less. It was just that. And isn't it wonderful that you can be in a place where you don't have to fight? Wow. There's no fighting here. It's just like, it's to me that that's belonging. Like I couldn't be any more belonging than I am right now. Like this is not just here. I love the fact that I can win it. I love the fact that it continues. It doesn't stop for me anymore. Oh, I love that here. I love that here. I'm so belonging right now. And when I get off the call, it's this overloading things that just overloads me with such joy that I think, oh, I just got to send it out and thank you. Because yeah, but the expression, this is what you're doing. It's like, oh, it's just gonna be so inviting. It's going to be so obvious for people to take in, because it's got to come simple. We can make it complicated. A lot of things are complicated. It's not have to be. Make it simple. And I really feel that this is simple here. Simplicity of this is so beautiful. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for that. It was a beautiful demonstration to witness. One supporting another, but knowing what is important in that moment. Now that, to me, that's spot on, baby. That's we're on gold. We're on something, yeah, because that is bringing out the best. Isn't it?
Yeah. Thanks, Nikki.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you for letting me tell you that. Okay. Yeah.
All of our structures are the same. All of our structures are the same. And how our structures are all the same is that we're going for something out there. It's usually a material thing.
Yes.
That material thing is going to give us a feeling.
That's right. Yes. Thank you.
We feel this. This is a belief that we've made up, that we're going for something out there is going to give us this belief. That is the structure that we are all in.
Yes.
We are unaware of it most of the time, and really all of the time. We are unaware of it until we are aware of it.
Yes.
Now, the structure, the organization of this structure, how we organize it, is uniquely different to each individual.
Yes.
That's the confusion, right? That's the moment that you have yours, I have mine. And when I'm aware of it, then I cannot be unaware of it.
Wow, there's it. Yeah, come on. Bring it.
And that's what we can change. We can change that structure. We can see what we're putting
powerful.
We can see what we're putting our focus on, and notice that we're putting our focus on something out there. Craig's was like the success, right? The achievement, the belonging, the having. And it's like, oh, we can put a feeling up in front of that. And it's just a reorganization of the structure, a reorientation of the structure.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Woo! My bell's ringing with my sweet potato here on the stove. Let's hang on. I'm so happy right now, man. I'm telling you. Hello. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Ooh. Wow, wow. We're talking now. Woo, we're talking. I'm not going to be politic when I say that because I get such a kick out of it. I think all these days, baby, all these days, who would have known that I'm going to be in a masterclass? But you see, this is what it is. It's freaking amazing and how influential and how magnificent it is when you got like, oh, just entrepreneurs with minds that love to read and write and collaborate and words and can write it down and let it just manifest in front of you, because right now there's a manifestation happening in my body. Talk about joy. Oh my God. I swear I could fly now. I could fly. I seriously can feel like I can fly. Woo! It's like yeah. Oh, to have this and to experience this. Oh man, no money. But thank you. It's just a measurement. So I'm not gonna put anything value to that. It's nothing can compare. Like this is the I want to anchor this feeling. I tell you, I said it yesterday all day. Anchoring this feeling. I'm anchoring this feeling. And then I even sent it out to you guys because I thought, no, listen, this is too much to keep it to myself. I'm committed. So I'm going to follow through with sharing. And I did share it. And I kept sharing because I thought, oh my God, it's like, what's happening? But this is it here, right here, right now. Oh, yeah, it's just the new movie of Tom Cruise. What's it called? Craig, what's the movie? Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible. Yeah. So yeah. Right now, I'm just processing. I'm just gonna allow it to process because so valuable when you said the word that was valuable, Nikki. And I didn't really get it in the beginning when you said that. I honestly didn't. And I was like, valuable. What is it? Yeah. I just like, okay. I don't even question it anymore. It's not a question. I heard it very clear. And when you said that, and then you little later it unsolved, and then it was there. So it was something very valuable because I could acknowledge what was in my thinking at that time. So thank you for that one. So yeah, it's a mission impossible. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. So you're the actor, you're the producer, and you're the the editor, and then what else is it? Yeah. You're the character. You can. It's like, yeah. You the story. And and dreaming. No, I don't know. No, just like saying things that coming up, but it's beautiful.
That landed for me.
What's
I'm
that?
the story.
Yeah.
I'm the story.
Yeah, it's like really, yeah.
The Mission Impossible story.
Yeah, right. It's like that's it. Like you got to go with being really open now, and let's like let it just fly out because I just like the fact that I can let it out. Okay, so that
truth is when I start telling mine, everybody also realized that they have their own Mission Impossible story.
Yeah, right. And you know why the struggle is nice? Because you can relate. People can relate. What you did today was very brave. It was very wise of Jesse to do this. But to you to come on, wow, you just did it all, baby. Mission Impossible. You just gave us a movie. You gave us something to watch, a movie, the character. Wow. And giving us the story. Oh my God, what you went through and how you came through it to where you are now. There's a beginning and there's the end. And now you can look at it as, thank you very much. Yeah, it was just what it was, the story. You are the story. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, okay. But I just drop it, leave it there for a while. Ooh. Powerful stuff, yeah. And nothing was edited. Nothing was edited. Nothing was rehearsed. Nothing's repeated. It's just like, wow. Let's go.
Raw is always better.
Yeah, let's fly.
Raw is better.
Oh, just raw as it freaking and who you are as a being at this moment, being able to experience life together. Oh, and knowing you couldn't be any more belonging, and you couldn't be any more worthy. Because when you're in an environment with this much love, you open up your arms and your hands and say, yes, please. I want more of this. I would want more of this. Not would like, I would want, yes, please. Give me more of this. And this is the feeling that when you have, you can give it to anybody, wherever you are. There will never need to be confused about it. And I think this is what we're doing. Unconsciously, consciously, this is what we're doing. No, honestly,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is.
Hey, that's another gift too that I want to mention here. Now that I'm thinking of it, I got really, really curious.
Oh yeah,
as to
you did.
What's been happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
What is that about? All those kinds of things. And that's what uncovered so much stuff, because it had all that stuff had been buried. Buried from memory, buried from any recognition of any kind.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. And and interestingly enough, as I looked for answers outside of me, a lot of answers outside of me. And I spent a lot of money on health and and all kinds of things, and people who said that they could help me and all this kind of stuff. And the bottom line was that the answers and the truth and the learning and all that stuff was inside of me all the time.
Yeah, there's it.
But it took me 15 years to figure that out.
Yeah.
A lot of trial and error,
Yeah.
So there's your shortcut, Jesse.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't have to spend 15 years swimming in the mud. All you got to do is dip into your own heart.
Is it?
For whatever it is that that seems to ail you, or
that's it. Come on now, Craig.
Or whatever. I mean, that's where all the answers are. That's where all the truth is.
Am I a witness to that? Amen to that. I can agree. Yep. Very, very, very powerful. Oh, yeah. Mm, mm.
And we do that every morning here.
Amen. Oh God, so good.
Right.
Honestly, wow, I'm full. I'm full. Yo, thank you.
So thank
Yep.
you for inviting me to tell that story today.
Profound.
It was, yeah.
Oh,
I found new gold in it,
oh,
for one thing.
me. Oh my God, so much. Mm. So much, Craig. So much. Well done.
But
Well
all of us
done.
got to work with it.
Oh, all
And
like you
anyone
had,
who
oh,
hears the
yeah,
recording
yeah.
will be able to work with
Yes.
it.
Oh, absolute.
And the people that were here in spirit but not in body would be
Yes.
able to work with it. Yeah.
Isn't that the healing? Oh, that is that's supernatural. Hey, that's supernatural. Wow, that's the power. That's the way. That's the power of spirit. Mhm. Wow, I love that. I also, and I too, that I am here. I am also going to work with it throughout the day. Thank you very much. Because I love this feeling. This feeling is just, yeah. This is inner wisdom. This is just the inner wisdom. It's wisdom. It's not just knowledge. It's wisdom.
So
Oh,
yeah, Jesse,
my Lord.
thank you again
Thank
for
you.
the invitation,
Thank
because
you.
you knew that I needed to do that.
Amen and amen.
Today.
Yes. And he did it in a way that was very spontaneous. Yeah. I like that. I like the style of it, very charismatic. Yeah, charismatic. I love that word, because it came out very soothing, it didn't feel forceful, it didn't feel, oh, you're putting on a person on the spot. Yeah. There was no like, yeah. He just came in gently, like, would you, like, in level with you, and you just obliged to say, oh, that's interesting. I'll wait on that one because there's a resistance. And then there was, and then you worked it through, and then you went on, and it couldn't have been any more perfect, if I could say. But do you understand how the approach came? Also, how he approached you? That's gentle, hey? He came in gentle. I love that. And you, took it on. You took it on, and you said, okay. Because you didn't feel there's a threat. Yeah, there's no threats here. It's just curiosity, but in a way to be so inviting to tell your story, brought it more flavor, because you did share your story. And I got to witness, everyone gets to witness. So I thank you from my heart to yours. Thank you. Very, very powerful. Just everything.
It is
everything.
the structure. It is the structure of healing.
Oh my God, thank you. That's right, baby.
The structure of healing requires healing the layers.
Oh my God, do I feel that? Do I feel that? Yes.
Releasing,
yes.
releasing,
yes.
releasing the layers.
Releasing, yes. Isn't that? Oh.
Yeah, because I went deeper today than I've ever gone.
Oh, I felt that,
around
Craig.
that.
I felt that. Yep, you did. You did, Craig. Oh my God. I was like, I got almost goosebumps right to my body when that happened. Goosebumps. Goosebumps.
Yeah. And so going deeper is when we allow to work with others.
Oh my Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. That's it. I'm so happy this is on recording, because that line alone, I got to write down. When you share with others, what was it? You healing.
Mm-hmm. One layer, and you go deeper than you could ever go alone.
But what was the part when you said when you're sharing?
That sharing allows us to go deeper. Sharing it allows us, because we're speaking it out loud, and that gets to the shortcut. It gets to the root of it. It releases it. So it goes through all the layers and releases all of them that are above it.
Oh, there you go. Is it? Yeah, there you go.
We don't. If you don't speak out loud when you're alone. We only do that when we're together in a situation like this. So you will protect yourself alone in your own meditation, in your own quietness. You will protect yourself. You won't get as deep. And that is the difference of working together, gathering together, releasing traumas, releasing the wounds, releasing the resistance. And that is the power of working together, of coming together with intention every morning.
Oh my. Oh.
Wow. We require one another to heal.
Experiencing expression together.
Yeah, yeah.
Because this morning, I'm with a listener, Nikki. I spoke to a listener today.
And you are worthy of being listened to.
Amen. Yeah, that's it. Oh, powerful name. That's it. Wow, beautiful. That's it.
But I want to make sure, Nikki, that you don't miss that.
I hear that. I heard
because you heard at a much deeper level.
Yeah.
Than what has been typical for you.
Yeah.
You get that too? So.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You're going to be hearing. You're going to be hearing a lot of stories.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other side of having that as your prime gift.
Thank you.
That's a given.
Yeah. So much has come out of this session. It's like, I'm not going to overwhelm it because I know there's enough. But to have to process all of this it's like, it's nuance coming together, fine to wine, and it's just beautiful. I mean, this whole thing was, wow. It could be like just our own like little characters in our own movie right now, because it's almost like that's what it is. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, and I've noticed in the chats, like not in the chat in Zoom, but in the chats that we have for the masterclass.
Yeah,
I've noticed that even after these sessions are over, you're continuing to hear things.
Oh, like I said, it's
like it's not just a one-time thing, or it's not just a I hear when I'm there. No. You're hearing 24/7.
24/7. And what I got to tell you, it's so wonderfully, because when Jesse says about the sharing part, that when you when you sharing, okay, because sharing takes a lot of risk to share, you know, and you also got to know how you want to and who you want to share it with, because you're also in a vulnerable place, you know, and you also want to have wise counselors, yeah, wise counselors that you know that know they're going to carry you in a way that they're going to be guiding you. Yeah, so this is where the wise counselors come in for me. It's you and Destiny in allowing me to express that, because I also know that this will be able to be a healing for me. Yeah, yeah. And so when me sharing, that gave me the understanding what he just said now, that was very, very, very important that I heard that, because the sharing I'm still very concerned about, you know, is it too much? Yeah. Well, you know, and then you're thinking about what they're thinking and you go, what is this? What's my intentions here? You know, my motives, that's number one. But also, I don't think like that yesterday. I wasn't thinking that. It was what was coming up. I said, no, this is it. I'm going to share this, you know. But I'm grateful who I can share it with. I think for this part of my sessions and my life, very, very selective. I choose to be, because I am wanting to continue this path, and I need the support, and I need my inner circle, and I do need to be able to express that, and knowing that even regardless, they will know where I am. Yeah, it's not so much.
Yeah.
They know where I am, so I know that you know that
I shared the way I did today. I shared the way I did today because I knew that I was with two people who would actually hear me.
Isn't that wow?
Okay.
Wow, that's it.
I wasn't. I wouldn't have been able to do this 5 days ago.
Yeah, in your face.
Even in this group, I wouldn't have been able to do it 5 days ago.
You see what I mean? And we didn't even do a recode. This is the magic.
No.
It's that yeah, you could see it in your face, man. When you came on video, you could see it on your face. It was okay. You were just gathering yourself. It's beautiful to witness. Yeah. It's your nature. It's your true nature. Yeah. So yeah. The expressing of the desires of your heart. There you go. True nature, true choice. Yeah. And I love the sharing part. Yeah. To me, the sharing part is the word I take away. Because it's in that sharing, it's the caring part. There's no payoffs here. It's just one flow of. So I love
it's important to actually know what we just did.
Oh my God.
And honor what just happened.
Amen. It really, yeah. Yeah. So the fact that sharing and be able to express, because you always just need one person, you know, the one yes, but the one person. Sometimes you don't need many people. You just needed that one person to believe in you. When I say believe in you, meaning see where you are and be able to say, I'll walk with you in this, I'll walk with you. We'll discover this together. Yeah. That to me right now is where I am now.
That's what I meant when I said I couldn't have done this a few days ago, but I knew I could do it today. Yeah, it's magic. This is magic, yeah. And I'm talking not just from a healthy healing point, but it's always those two things, but because of relationships. Healthy.
Mm. Because everything's a relationship. You have a relationship with who you thought you were. You have a relationship with everything, And what a absolute feeling for me to have a relationship that I am firstly my authentic self, myself, but most importantly, supported. Yeah, in a way that can give me constructive criticism. Yeah, and be able to guide me. Isn't that what I've always chosen? Yes. Am I experiencing it now in this time and space? Yes. And I squeeze on that and I say, anchor that one in, because that's now. This is my new reality is right now. I have never, I can tell you right now, talk about choices, unconsciously or consciously. I am living the reality that I have chosen about relationships. Mm-hmm. And talk about laying the layers, all those layers. Yeah, all those layers. Because how many layers have we created? How many stories? How many programs? All that. It doesn't take over one night. Let me tell you, people say it's an overnight success when they don't see the 10 years or the 15 years, the 20 years and 25 years. Just to get an overnight success. No, it was not an overnight success. So we talk years. Yeah, it took years because that's what it had to take. But if you get to this, when you get to see the shift and you get to be this is what you created. This is where you can go for it.
Well, and there's more work to do too.
There's always, right?
But when we're ready.
Yeah. I think I like the fact that we spoke about not forcing, no forcing, because you can't change the outside. It is what it is. But what you can change is within yourself, how you want to respond to it. So that's a whole different new way of looking and be able to be in an everyday learning society that we got to learn. Not everything goes our way, right? Definitely not, right? We're going to face a lot of things. But what I love about the fact that we can be in that and know how to get through it.
Yeah, and that's why the timing is so important too.
Well, I like that. Yes. Love that. Very powerful session. I'm going to tell you, I'm vibing, so vibing now on this energy. It's like, whoa. And, it's like, it's put a big smile on my face. I'm going to just tell you, I got a big smile, okay? Like I'm smiling, like I've just been on a, like, I don't know, like a massage. I had the best massage. You know that feeling? Woo! That feeling. Oh, it's just so much open, so open to, just being, it's just enough. So thank you, guys. I'm going to have to get off because I got too much happening right now for me. And to be honest, I can't wait to put my music on and to dance to this, because she's got to dance to this after this session when I get off here, baby. She's dancing. And I've made all my food today. I've prepared all my food. All my food's done for the whole day. All the meals. So she's ready. Woohoo! You know what they say? Movie time. Yeah. No, I'll tell you what they say. Lights, action. Camera. No, lights, camera, action. Lights, camera, action. So thank you. I love
Thank
it.
you, Nikki. Have a great day, and until
I'm gonna
next
have a
time.
great time. I'm gonna have a great time. You will hear from me very soon.
Good.
So how
But
was the
thank
master
you.
class today?
Oh my God. It's like I'm telling you, if I can say it in this way, because now I'm really I'm letting the lid off now. So I don't want to breathe too much like in the faces of everybody because it's a little overbearing. I understand, but I can't. The lid is off now. So you've taken me over my time because I was going to cut off and then go with what I'm feeling. But, it's just like, wow, just follow the structure. I think what's beautiful about that is just follow the structure, and yeah, just don't give up. That's another one for me, but it's just, it couldn't have been, I could not have any more feeling that I have now that brings over, joy. Because, I just love it. I honestly can say I love it. I love it. Like I work really well with small groups. I know that now. I work really good with small groups. And then also to be able to have knowledge and to go deep and explore like this is, the whole everything, the science, the psychology, the everything, the consciousness, everything. It's just space for me. It's like space. Ooh, I see stars. I just see stars. Yeah. So I just like the fact that you're a star, Jesse's a star, I'm a star, and we're shining together brightly, bringing out the light. And to me, I only can say from like this is something I can say thank you. We'll end it off just with thank you because, that's what I'm going to, like you say. I'll stop there.
Thank you.
I got to tell myself stop because I have to stop now. Don't ask me any more questions. I'm going to love you guys now. And I just want to tell you the song that I'm going to sing to you. I'm going to sing this song, Good Moods from Adam Levine. So I just want to quickly just tell you what it says. This one thing, because I will share it. But I know you're going now, but I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just going into this whole, too over the top now. But it isn't just lovely. It just brings, I just want to show you the words, it says, you make me dance. Yeah, you do. You got my heart beating with rhythms, with your moves. Don't need no plans, feeling loose. Life is a rainbow of magic next to you. And when it's good and when it's bad, yeah, you got me. Not alone in this town, 'cause you make me feel. And anytime that I can call, you'll be ready. Anytime. And when I turn around and I see you there, you got a way to make a problem disappear. Up in the cloud, I'm spinning around. And now you know why. Because no one in the world can make me feel loved in the way that you do now. And no one in the world can make me come down when I'm in a good mood. Hoo-hoo, good mood. Yeah. And there goes, hop in my ride, don't you know? We got the sun always shining wherever we go. Don't need no map, we just roll. Let the vibes give direction and take control. When it's good, when it's bad, yeah, you got me. Not alone in this town, because you make me feel. anything, anytime that I call, you'll be ready anytime, anytime. And that I just want to say, because no one in the world can make me feel love in the way that you do now. That's my song to you. And I will be dancing too, because this is what that session meant to me. So thank you for letting me read the lyrics. And the song is called Good Mood, from Adam Levine. Yeah, maybe I'm saying his name wrong, but yeah. It's Adam, Levine. Yeah. Yeah.
What's that, Nikki? I missed that.
The song that I read the lyrics to you. Did you hear the lyrics?
Yeah, I did. Who wrote it?
Adam Levine.
Levine. Adam Levine.
Levine.
Yeah, okay.
Adam Levine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll end it like that. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Shay. Thank you. Have a wonderful Friday. Bye. Bye for now.
Bye, Nikki.
Craig.
Big love.
Yes, big love. And bye, Jesse.
Bye, Nikki.
Well, here's what's coming me to sum this up, which is really, it's kind of bizarre because it seems to be unrelated. But I know we kind of touched on this earlier in the call today. Breathing life into future memory. Breathing life into future memory. So I'm going to end with that. Thank you, Jesse. Big love.
Thank you, Craig. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks again.
Thank you.